Hold on. I'm just taking a photo selfie. Yep. All right, taken. Okay, just taking a photo of myself. Good evening. Good evening. And for those of you who just joined, welcome to my Property Place live chat. What I've just did is I've been attempting to take my own selfie to for my portrait. Okay, for my photos, promotional photos for my posters, but nothing. All right, I would say as much as I want to use the top most quality for cameras, I'm not able to take photos that I can really use for my promotional posters. That's because nothing compares to a professional photographer. I've got my favorite photographer, and I will still go to her or his studio to take a professional shot every time, no matter how many good cameras I buy. No pun intended for you handphone fans out there, right? Okay, for those of you who just join me, good evening. My name is Timothy Lau, and I'm the host for My Property Place live chat. You saw my logo up there, My Property Place. We have been running this show for the last 2 months since MCO started, and this is I can't remember. I stopped counting how many shows I've done, but yeah, I've been having so much fun with this show that every week I've been inviting different guests to talk about different topics. We have covered so many different topics from feng shui to architecture to many different types. So the show doesn't look like it's going to stop anytime soon. We have more guests to bring in. So anyway, today is going to be a very different topic. Okay, as I was talking to you about professional photographers, no one can replace. No matter what camera or what manual system you can use, nothing can compare with a professional photographer. So that's one of the topic that we're going to cover today: how to take good photos and videos and with good lightings to stage a house, right? So the topic is about how to make your house sellable, okay, creating stunning visuals. So that's the topic, and that's what we're going to cover today. For more of this, welcome to My Property Place live chat. And today I have three very special guests in my show today. I'm so happy so many people accompanying me today in my show instead of me having to talk alone. I have Chia, my lighting guru. Chia, good evening to you.
Good evening,
Vic,
Timothy. Thank you
yeah, they've got
for having
Victor,
me
Victor,
today.
the cool guy who we always have to guess what race he is, which I'll explain to you later. And Calista, how are you, Calista, the image seeker? She sounds like someone from Lord of the Rings or something like that, but I explained to you why a image seeker, right? So, okay, welcome. And this is a Saturday night. I'm so glad you guys don't go clubbing. Instead, you are here accompanying me. I'm very happy. No, today is not Saturday. Oh, no wonder you guys are not out. And I thought you guys are so nice to accompany me, right? Today is only Thursday night. Tomorrow got to work, right? Okay. Just joking. Okay, Chia, can I get you to introduce yourself to us?
Yeah, hi. My name is Chia. I'm a lighting. I've been in lighting industry for over more than 10 years now, and it's been a very interesting industry that I've been in, and I fell in love from the moment that I get involved. I was involved. I was given a chance to be involved from the manufacturing side. I was involved in the manufacture LED manufacture in Penang base. So from there, I move on to trading, and I think it's in the trading and the lighting design or lighting proposal that I really deal with a lot of lights experience, and that's where I really fall in love because from what I can see is light is something that a lot of people do not understand the how to use it. It's like I have a friend of mine. She actually just moved into a house, and 2 weeks before she actually moved in, she actually gave me a call. She said, Chia, I need your help. I'm moving into my house, but my light is not done. So what I did is actually I went to a place with her personally. I mean, go into areas. So we actually started to look into lighting requirement area by area. So it's like when you go into your living hall, I asked her what do you use in your living hall? How do you use it? From there, I'll say, okay, if you want to use it for cozy, just want to hang out, chill out. You want to use this light and this light and this light. So went into her parents' room. The parents' room are the parents. Parents are old. They are actually like more bright. So I actually give her more brighter light. And we go to a room. It's actually for bed. So I say you don't need to be very bright. Probably just get a few wall light that is enough to give you some cozy. And she loves reading, so probably for her to read. So for me, it's like from my point of view, for me, it's the very simple things that I've been using and been practicing all this while. But a lot of people, I realize a lot of people outside are not aware of this. So that's where I come out to say, hey, I finally got some use, After so many years, I finally find myself that I've got some use. There's some knowledge in me that I think I
Let
can
me
help people.
let, let me just get it clear. How long have you fell in love with lights already? Since
uh,
since
that Yeah, probably about maybe about 8 9 years ago, probably that.
Okay, luckily, Chia didn't say he started falling in love with light since school days. I could imagine how he started. Let me tell you the story of how Chia started his falling in love with the lighting. He probably, always go dating. No, always go out together with his friends who go dating with his girlfriend, and he's always standing there being a light bulb. So eventually, he found out that he's a lot of use being a light bulb. Okay, it's a bad joke. Never mind. Okay, so I was trying to
Yeah,
make something funny. Okay, so Chia
yeah,
has
coming
been
up.
very interested in lighting and you find good use for the knowledge that you have, and I think that is really really important. A good beautiful house will always have to have lighting. So later part we will go into the details and the technicalities of why lighting is so important for certain part of the house, because to a lot of people it's like lights lah, you got a light bulb, you got square light, round light. I mean, that's pretty much what I know about lightings as well, you know. I know got China light, you have the dim yellow, dim white, and then the bright hot white, those days. Nowadays the ring light, and that makes people know a lot about lightings nowadays because of that. So we will cover about that. Maybe Chia, you also can teach us a little bit about those things. Okay, now let's go over to our image seeker from Lord of the Rings. Can you can you tell us more about yourself, Calista? You are an image seeker, and I know you have very good eye for a good image. Okay, but how did you come to like what you're doing right now?
Yeah. Okay. So my name is Calista. I have been shooting. I mean, as a career lah for about 4 years.
Mm,
But when I actually started, as in like the passion, the thing that sparked was very long ago. I very remember like my dad getting me my first DSLR when I was in, I think, high school lah. Yeah, I mean that time was so excited, the new gear, go out and shoot everything. But that was just for fun. But yeah, I definitely enjoyed that. So it was I can say that it always has been there lah. Photography, like it has never left me, even though I stopped for a bit, in uni and things like that.
mm, mm, mm,
Yeah. So after that, because I really like taking stories.
mm.
Pictures are stories, and images. I
Picture
mean, who
paints a
doesn't
thousand
want to
words, right?
see? Yeah, definitely. Like, who doesn't want to see? Like, would you rather see a photo, an attractive photo, or read an entire document about the photo? That kind of thing.
That's
Yeah.
true.
So that's where I come in. Like people, nowadays, even people like in presentation slides, they include a lot more visuals rather than having all words.
Mm,
Yeah. So getting attractive visuals, whether it's for businesses or even just like your own portrait, obviously you want something that is good, something that attracts people. I mean, comparing it nowadays, people think like it's like same as lighting. Like they don't see the importance of having a good setup. People be like, oh, my phone can shoot this. Why do I need a photographer? Like they don't understand the amount of work required to
Well, to
even
be to
just
to be
yeah.
fair, I think nowadays a lot of people know more about photography since the emergence of cameras that makes pretty good photos and all that. More
Yeah.
people are more self-conscious about it. Of course,
Mm.
they have that issue about always wanting to do selfie and having that look. That very dangerous look. Anyway, so but the is there any particular uh, area that you like in photography? Do you like to take photograph of like good-looking people like Victor and me and Chia, or you like to take photograph of in uh, fixed things, houses, or food and stuff like that?
Okay, so I started out doing food photography.
Food,
Okay, that's where my career, yeah, food
my friend.
photography. So
I'm a food.
that's
Everyone
yeah,
like
so
that.
that's where it kick started lah. So we
Mm,
started as a career. I'm doing food, but after that I ventured into shooting like fashion, shooting more life, Yeah, food is just
Ah,
stagnant, doesn't besides being yummy, but
okay.
yeah. So I like shooting people, especially people with stories. Yeah, like I like traveling around, capturing images that people don't see, not like just like a fashion model kind of thing, but more of traveling around to a third world country, seeing
Is
seeing
there a
people
name
living
for it?
there.
Like those National Geographic kind of photographer taking someone in their very
Ah,
drama situation. There's a
Tinggalan.
term for that. I think I'll let me figure it out. I think I've read that somewhere before.
Yeah, yeah,
That's
yeah.
yeah.
So basically, it's just impactful, like impactful photos. Something that people look at it, they feel the emotion. They want to do something about it. They see this child that's suffering, and they immediately just want to sponsor
Yeah.
the child, that
Mm,
kind of thing. Yeah.
yeah.
So I think that's what I really want to do lah. Maybe make
Great,
an
great.
impact on someone's
Yeah.
life.
Just make sure you don't climb some dangerous building on top just to get a good shot. I always hear about the kind of stories, right?
I'll try. I'll try. Anything for the shot lah.
Yeah. Okay. I just before I go on with Victor, let's say hi to our friends here. May Pua, how are you, May? Yes, today is a Thursday. Thank you. I almost forgot. I thought today is Saturday. And I have also Chia. Chia is my good friend. He's been with our show every Thursday. Thank you very much for joining us, Chia. And for those of you who just joined as well, welcome to my property place. We're still talking for the introduction with we just finished with Chia and Calista. Now let's move over to our Victor, the video maverick. First of all, Victor, would you like to tell us what race you are?
Good evening, everyone. So
I just like to catch him, bro.
I'm a kickboxer from Thailand.
You can pass. You can pass with the necklace. You can pass.
Yes, and I've been kickboxing for more than 10 years.
Okay. You see, my sarcastic laugh.
No, actually, I'm not sarcastic.
No, are you really?
No. I'm kidding. So I do teach kickboxing, but I'm not from Thailand. But I could be, and I do get there a lot. Like I can be from anywhere I want to be. So that's a great
Yeah,
thing.
that's a benefit.
Yeah. But my dream was always to be a red
Right.
Indian and American native Indian. I don't know. I just grew up liking like the the very hooligan like red Indian movies, and I always wanted to be in that era lah. Like
Yeah,
wearing casinos, killing buffalo, eating their hearts. That's been always a dream of mine.
it's kind of cool, right? During the cowboy era, right?
Yeah. So anyway, back to my intro. I've been doing video for like my whole life already. Like I really enjoy video. Ever since last time there was all those little, those square box ones where you look inside and then you use the tape to record. I've just been fidgeting around with that like for the longest time. I
Mm.
also really like video to the point I was an early adopter of on YouTube when it first came out.
Mm.
That I didn't even realize one of my videos had like 8 million views at one point.
What? 8 million views?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah, eight or nine lah. And then people asking me, so did you monetize it and all that? I was like, no, last time you can't monetize anything yet. But it's not like there was much content out there. So anyway, I love learning things visually, and I love to also show and explain things visually as well. So videos to me is a huge part of my lifestyle. I thought it's only natural that I come into the industry. So I've been
mm.
doing this for professionally for 3 years, and yeah, here I am right now.
And you are in one of the fastest moving industry, video making. Today in the industry, I think video making represents everything in every industry, in every line, in every business. So if
Mm.
you're not in video making, if you're not producing video, you are way back, way behind. Am I right to say that?
Yeah, I think that if you look at the statistics, the last time I checked, roughly I don't know how many billion amount of streaming people are streaming videos every single day. So it's crazy traffic lah. But everyone loves watching videos and they love sharing it as well with their
Mm.
friends and their family. If they see something nice, they see something interesting, they're definitely going to share it with their closest friends. So that way, things are just so easy to go viral nowadays. And why not use it for sales or for your business? That's just the logical train of thought. And it
On
can
the
have
other hand,
thing.
viral videos are the ones that are making people all zombie fight, right? They will be looking at their scene, TikTok, next, next, suddenly giggle and laugh, and then continue next, next.
Yeah,
That's a bit scary, right?
yeah. So yeah, it's huge. Storytelling, visual storytelling is huge now. So
Hmm.
I'm into it.
Okay. So well, okay, for the audience who just joined today, in this show I've invited Chia, who is a specialist in lighting, Calista, who is a photographer, and also Victor, who is a videographer. Okay, why I have them together? Because I'm in property business, right? So I always felt that a good photograph, a good video tells 1,000 words about a property. Okay, you can explain as a sales staff how good a property is without visual. There is no proof that it is as good as what you say. Okay, and therefore nowadays in this current industry, to match the requirements of the industry with YouTube, with so many social platforms out there, image video is so important. Now with image and video then comes the backing of staging the property. You can have the best property in the world, the best photographer in the world, and the best videographer in the world, but if the house is not properly lighted, Victor and Calista, am I going to say it's difficult to shoot something that is not properly lighted? Okay,
Yeah,
so yeah, so that's why I brought in Chia, who is a lighting expert, to share with us how to properly light up a certain location, a house, or whatever you want to shoot, so that the effect is real. So this is where we are going to cover more about the topic after we come back from this short one. Okay, let's start with something simple. Let me just show you something, guys. You can just share with me. I've always wanted to talk about stuff like this. This is a photograph of a house, not taken by me. Disclaimer: I didn't take this photo. I took it randomly from the internet. I am. I don't know who took this photo, so I can't give credits right now. But having said that, I just wanted to share this photo as an example. Perhaps, Chia, you can start off. Can you share with us how do you feel the lighting of this bathroom is like? Is this a good lighting for this bathroom?
I think you talk about you talk about for the bathroom. I think is quite well lit, and
Mm,
for the photograph, I think the artificial light from the natural light actually is quite beautiful enough that you don't need to turn on the light to actually take these photos. And
mm,
actually, the downlight itself causes a reflection onto the shower screen there. So
mm.
that's something that not pleasant or unfortunate things that happen.
But with lighting effects, is there any way I can light up this room so that the mirror, the glass on the shower stall won't have reflection? Are you able to do that?
I think you just have to move around, make sure that you don't capture that reflection. So that's what usually most people would do, lah. Try to avoid that reflection. If you have
Mm.
to, just took another angle that you will avoid. I think Victor should be more qualified to tell you about all these angles and the frame that you want to take out for the photo. But for the
Okay.
bathroom, I think probably the basin there would have more dramatic if you want to do some dramatic feel. Then you
Mm.
can have a different light that you want to have on the this basin area.
Okay. Now, for bathrooms, right? With your experience, Chia, does bathroom need more warm light or bright white light? Which is better effect for bathroom?
I think for bathroom is actually more to warm white will actually will be a better one because
Warm
I
white.
think
So, okay.
yeah. So that's a place where you actually want to cool down yourself, don't get so stressed because warm white actually helps your whole body to actually cool down or to relax.
So, how many
Yeah.
types of white there are? Warm white. There are. Is that soft white or no? No. It's what else do you have?
Uh, Yeah, generally, I think in the market right now, people will categorize at a warm white, 3000K, natural will be 4000, and daylight will be 6000. These are the three common one used in the market. Lah. But when it comes to professional, for a hotel, they love to use 2007, which is very, very warm. Yeah.
2000 is a warm light. Okay.
2000, 3000 is warm,
Uh-huh.
4000 is natural,
Uh-huh.
6000 is daylight.
Oh, I see.
So we
Daylight will be too bright, lah.
daylight will be mainly daylight. You can use it for office or even for hospital,
Ah,
where you need
okay.
a lot of concentration of work that you need, intensity of work that you need to do. So use a
Mm.
cool daylight.
Oh, okay, okay. I have in my office. I have a meeting room that I use daylight, very bright. I call that my serious meeting room because everyone go inside there won't be sleepy, one. Very bright.
Yeah. That's the purpose of the daylight color. Is really makes you very alert and very serious kind of thing. Yeah. But that's
Okay.
the environment that you don't want to bring into your bathroom, right? So you want your bathroom to be more relaxed.
Unless you
Okay.
are doing like serious business there, lah.
No, no.
Yeah, that's
I know Victor is the type that you'll brush it and fall asleep at the same time.
Yeah, save time.
So now you know that you too much warm light in your toilet in the bathroom.
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay, okay, I understand, but okay, that's great. Okay, Victor, over to you. In terms of, well, this is not a video. Maybe Victor or Calista, you can share. What do you feel about this angle or this photo? Do you think this photo can be improved?
So I'll let Calista talk about like some of the things that it can be arranged in the room. But for video or just general photo side, the image side, I would say that the one really useful tip is to actually, as much as you can, harness the best source of light, which is the sun. So if you can see from the window, the blinds are kind of blocking the window. And the
Mm-hmm.
second thing is that by choosing to take your picture at a different time of day, you will allow the sun to light up different parts of the bathroom. So
Okay.
you can see that the sun is actually neither it may be at its high point right above the roof. So
Mm-hmm.
that's not actually giving much of the sunlight into the bathroom. And you
Okay.
can tell like if you know exactly what you want to show, you can wait for that exact time to happen. And then when you take the picture, the sunlight could actually light up almost all of the bathroom, and it can really change the entire image. It can look like a completely different room just because of that.
Wow. Okay. Okay. I never see from that thought.
Sometimes
So
yeah.
natural light, sunlight would be the best source of light. You would say.
It's the first of all, it's free and it's very powerful. So that's why choosing the time that you want to take the picture will actually yield you a better result. And if you really, and one thing is that the lighting here, it's very dull. In my opinion, I wouldn't say wow when I look at this picture.
Mm.
And
Yeah.
if you want to take it for like recreational or just to show your friends, sure. But if you're talking about selling, people have to say wow.
Mm.
And the light doesn't really complement the aesthetics of this place, and it doesn't make you say wow. I'm not sure about the rest of you, but for me, I don't. I can't say wow about this picture lah.
Okay. What, Calista? What about you? What's your thoughts about this?
I think the space of this bathroom is really nice. Just that they definitely don't show it in the photo itself. And also they need to be mindful. I mean, I'm not sure like if you see the tile looking thing on the bathtub.
Mm.
Like I'm just wondering whether it's there or is it like
Oh, okay,
they
okay. It's like
left it
halfway
there
like that, right?
accidentally. Yeah. It's like it doesn't make sense that it just doesn't look right lah. So
Mm.
if the photographer would have like backed up a bit, take a wider angle or shot from a different angle instead, he or she could have avoided the reflection at the mirror thing. Yeah,
Mhm.
and also it gives a more wow effect. It makes
Yeah.
people see that. I mean, the bathroom could be quite. I mean, it's aesthetically pleasing. Just that
Okay.
because of the photo, it took that away, it took the shine away from it.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of reflection in this photo. I think not only just the shower stall, but there's the two little mirror in on top of the towel hanger is
Yeah.
also reflecting, right? Yeah. But back to what you guys were saying that this a natural light would be good sunlight. But what if if you take this photo in midday, Victor and Calista, then and you have sunlight shining in from the window, the rays of sunlight, would that be counter effective then?
So if you want to take a picture with the sunlight, again, you have to see where is the sun rising and setting. So if you're serious about you harnessing the sun, then yes, you have to really pay attention to what exact time will be the best to light up every section of the room. But going back to that, so it's like I guess one way to gauge whether the picture also is great is like by asking yourself, how does it make you feel?
Hmm.
So if you're standing there, do you feel claustrophobic? Do you feel like you're trapped? Do you feel like the space is a little bit tight? So that's why if you shoot with a wider lens, you can show more of the landscape. And sometimes it could be an option to shoot from higher and at the corners that can show off every section of the bathroom and make it feel a lot more spacious. And it also allows you to show the angles where the light can come in and hit the corners of the room.
Okay, let me show you. Let me show you a better example. Let me show you what I think probably share with me, Calista. Do you think this is a wide this wide angle?
It's definitely wider than the other one,
Uh,
definitely, but it could show more.
Okay.
People want to see everything in the room that they're getting. Yes, we know there's a bathtub there, but it doesn't show how big the bathtub is. That kind of thing. If we don't know what's behind, like where the photographer is standing, we don't know what's
Okay. Okay.
there. Yeah, so taking a wider photo gives it more perspective lah. Like people can see, oh, I like this. I know, this corner has this corner has that. Without visiting the place, they already have an idea of it.
And I also noticed one thing. I don't know what you guys photographers would call them, but if you notice, there are certain straight lines in this photo. Although if you look at it has a perspective view where the cabinet fades into it, right? And then, but however, the whole photo has reference point making it straight lines. Like the pillar,
so
the
those are called
windows.
leading lines.
Okay,
Yeah,
so those are
those
important,
called
right?
leading lines. Yeah, they are, because it drives like whoever's looking to the direction that is looking. Think like when you're crossing the street, like sometimes like if a line is just there, you might just follow the line rather than go opposite direction, if that makes sense lah. So leading
Okay.
lines, it helps, like you're walking down a hall, like if there's a hall and there's the red carpet there, it shows that like in a photo that it's like leading towards it.
Okay, it
So
creates
that
a
matters
certain
also.
a certain kind of in depth feeling that you it's like a 3D kind of effect, right?
Yeah, it's like an immersion in, like, it's like it guides the viewer to see where you want them to see.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's basically what I'm trying to say. When you are taking photographs, there are so many elements to look at. If you're a property agent, if you're a property owner, it's really important that you are able to identify these things. Couple of things that for you to look at. I, for one, if let's say before I want to take photograph or before I want to hire them, Chia, Victor, or Calista to come in and help me to take photographs or take videos, I would, for one, stage the house properly, declutter the place. I've seen photos of people post in those internet property portals that shows the whole house with hanging clothes. You got undergarments hanging all around the house, and then they take a photo and they post it and they want to sell. So I find it's so weird that why people would just go through that. Why would bother even taking a photo? Why bother posting it? So that's why it's really important for you to pay attention to that. Another good example I'd like to show you is this one. This is probably more of Victor's category. I'm going to show this video, but I can't show the sound, yeah, because it's a little bit not language friendly. So yep. So Victor, this is a video of the owner, taken by an owner that wants to sell a house.
Yeah.
What do you feel about it?
I mean, obviously, they're not. You can see that he's not handling the phone with care. It's okay if you have to shoot on your phone, but like he's like pointing at the floor and stomping around. So it's definitely, if you can, one good way is to actually shoot in landscape mode to show a wider field of view, just like we were talking about. But yeah, it's just very casual. So of course that won't give you the best. You're not going to be very inspired watching this video.
Yeah, you totally won't be inspired if you hear what he's saying.
Well, maybe we would be. I don't know. Maybe that will make it fun.
Which I'm not going to show you. Calista, you want to hear later? I'll show you privately, okay? Because if I show the sound, it's going to be banned, this show. So, yep. So this is an example of why you need to get good advice, specialized advice when you want to take videos of a home, a good home. I think there are many things to talk about if really Victor wants to go into this aspect of things. Okay, so that is an example of some photos and some videos or taken by amateurs versus professionals. So let me just let's just go through the next level of things now. Chia, your business, your company that you're doing, what do you supply? You supply lightings, any specific kind of lightings that you supply?
Okay. Basically, we focus more onto the architecture lighting and also landscape lighting.
Hmm.
Architectures are the downlights, the things that you put into your room, inside your house, the internal lighting that you put, and the landscape light will be the one that you put into your gardens, your bollard, the thing that the light that you want to shine up your tree, the light that you want to put on top of a post, gate posts, those lights. And actually, I do a lot of other lighting, facade lighting as well for commercial. And
Hmm.
of course, for house, it'll be more to decorative lighting. We call it zhong tang, is your pendants, your chandelier, your table lamp. Those are the things that if you have a special design that you want to get, probably I can help you to get it for you.
Do
And some
you
of
right, okay, I haven't started doing lighting. And if you know me, right, if I were to buy a new house, right, I wouldn't have the patience to go to your shop and select one light at a time for one different area of my house. I will probably say, Chia, can you just come at my house and see what kind of lighting is suitable? So
yeah,
do you do stuff like that?
that's Yeah, that's exactly what I did for my friend. I went to her house. I actually go through one round, area by area. How do you want to use the area, and how bright you want it to be? What's the mood that you want to? What's the mood that I want to create for you? Based on your usage, I find out the suitable mood for you and the brightness level that you need for that room. So area by area, we move on from one pocket to another pocket. You know. So can I share a photo? Share something.
Yeah, yes,
Uh,
yes, definitely.
okay. So, right. So this is something. Can you all see this screen right now? Okay, this is a photo of a house that I helped to design. So of course the wall actually have a very nice texture. So that's how I actually have some lights to actually shine to the wall, because the main is actually the wall. The wall are the main. You don't need anything to shine the floor because the floor are ordinary, but the walls are actually more important. So the in photography term, the subject is actually the wall. So that's why you have the light on the wall, and you have some paintings here. But the most creating thing is actually is this ceiling that you have here, the round ceiling, So they have a very interesting ceiling. It's actually a skylight. The client, the owner actually did a skylight, and it's actually a glass at the bottom. And as you
Mm,
can see, even when you have it at night, actually the skylight will actually able to 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 brighten up the whole, what you call it, this particular hole over here,
mm.
so that it looks like a skylight at night. So when it's at night,
Ah,
it actually will be brightly lit up. Yeah.
okay.
So that will create some kind of a false light
Like daytime like
to
that, lah.
give you, yeah. So make you like great time. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Is
So
this
this
a
is how.
is that a
Yeah,
house or a restaurant?
it's a house actually.
Wow, so 夸张 one at the house.
Yeah, actually, yeah, he has a very good taste of design.
Okay.
He choose the design himself. Yeah, and every pocket of the house he actually has different design. So the children room will have a different design. His bedroom will have different design. Kitchen will have different design. That's where I actually also help him to look into the lighting in every pocket and try to make some difference. Yeah, Unfortunately, I did not take any photo on the living hall. The living hall also have a very
I
interesting
think the living
design.
hall must be very amazing, man. Just the walkway already
Yeah,
so amazing.
yeah. The living hall usually people will put a lot of downlights, but what he did is actually have a two hidden niche that we actually have the light hidden inside the niche itself. So
Okay.
it's very cool. Yeah.
Okay, nowadays with all the technology of LED lightings, right? Is LED lighting making this kind of lights cheaper now to buy?
Okay. It's not that LED lighting is making this cheaper. It's just that the mass production of LED actually causes the price to go down.
Hmm.
Where a lot of incandescent, Philip Osram, they're already shying away from incandescent or even fluorescent.
Hmm.
This technology is obsolete in time to
Hmm.
come. So LED is taking over the new revolution. So
Incandescent
when we
is those that we got a little fuse one. Ah.
yeah, with the little fuse and it's really really hot one. You can't even
Aiyo,
touch the bulb one.
I still can remember those days. I had to take the staircase, climb up there to go and turn the fuse a little bit when the light cannot turn on, and then
Yeah, yeah,
turn a
yeah,
bit.
yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
the light come back on again. Then can last another 3 more months. Then only want to change light. Those days I remember
Yeah,
have to always do that.
yeah, you have to use a cloth or something to hold it or else burn your hand.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are yeah. So that's why LEDs are getting cheaper because the whole world is actually turning into LED right now. And if you're designing your house and you're buying for your house at light, you have to go with LED. If you go with incandescent
I
or
think I think
fluorescent,
Victor
you're
and
gonna get a lot of
Calista's lightings are also LED, right? Your lightings for your shoots and all that. Are they all LED?
Yes.
yeah.
Does that make the equipment cheaper?
Yeah, it has reduced the cost, and also the we're able to have the light turned on for much longer time without overheating so much.
Oh yeah.
Last time
Yeah.
people used tungsten lights to actually light for videos, very common.
Yeah, those days tungsten lighting, those whenever you do production and shoot, right? The
Yeah.
ladies makeup, after 3 hours all melt already.
Yeah, it's beautiful, but it's very a lot of power, and you need a lot of lights. It's really heavy and it's expensive to have that kind of lighting. So LED has really brought down the cost, and the whole production value able to give a lot more.
Yeah,
What
and LED is getting
the
smaller and smaller. Yeah, LED is
small
getting
yeah
smaller and
smaller
smaller. So your light is
smaller
getting
and
your tools used to be a very big tool. Now it's getting smaller and smaller. So in a way, your materials actually save a lot also on the metal aluminum material.
and yeah, and it helps that we can get a lot of things from China, right? five
Hmm.
5 years ago when I bought my own condo, right? I decided to like do the decor myself. So I went to a lot of shops around. I go from shop to shop to go and buy the most affordable one lah, because we already spend so much on sofa and everything, right? To go and find the most affordable lightings. So a lot of lightings I see, wow, very chunky, very nice chandelier and everything. Then I go and see in like the magazine, right? This kind of chandelier is like from Italy. It might cost like 36,000 or 40 over thousand for this nice full chandelier. Then I went to this shop somewhere in Puchong and all that, right? I can get it for like 2,000 ringgit. So I'm like so happy. Wow, looks the same like the Italian one. But this one made in China. Okay, so I bring it back. Some more the chandelier light can change 7 colors. I'm so happy. So I buy it back, hang it up there. I switch it one time, 2 times, and then after like the fourth time, right, a few bulbs it goes out already. Then by the end of three months, all the lights no more already. Then I can't change it because apparently the guy said that the motor have to change and things like that. LED, this one LED some more, but this was 5 years ago lah. I mean, to be fair, maybe 5 years ago technology is still not so happening. Has it changed now? Now is it getting better?
Yeah, I think comparing to 5 years ago, where people talk about LED lighting, they really think that LED lighting can last like forever one because
Mm,
the market
mm.
has been educating people about LED can last you 50,000 hours. But that's the LED itself. But there's a lot of components that into building the fixtures. You have
Yeah.
your driver, you have your heat sink, you have a lot of things, and most of the time, actually, what fails is the electronic inside the driver that fails. So
Okay.
LED, yes, it lasts, but the components inside might not be last. So from then, people started to realize, okay, I think probably it's not gonna be that simple. So they need to put more research into getting a good, better LED drivers. They put more cost into the driver itself, which used to be neglected later by a lot of people. Yeah.
Okay. So that's more about lighting. Lighting, I think lighting nowadays are getting a lot more cheaper than what it used to be. And I used to remember that I like blue color light a lot. I think 5 years ago, Calista, you might be a bit too young. 5 years ago, blue color, anything blue, blue color light like is very trendy. That's why everything is blue. The car, the panel light also blue. Everything is blue. It's like this futuristic color. Today you put blue color, it's a bit old school lah. So I actually, I'm so crazy about technology, right? I went and buy, what was it? Is it Philip or is it something? The smart, the lighting, the LED strips, right? With smart controller. Okay,
Yeah.
so I imported it from, I can't remember, like it was on Amazon or something, right? I imported it in. It's a strip with an end that has a controller, Wi-Fi controller. So I stick it behind my TV. Got backlight, got blue color backlight. Well, actually, it's not blue color. It's got many colors. It's got like a million color or something like that.
Yeah.
So I use the app to be able to change the thing. So I install that. Then I install it. I stick it under my sofa to have that cool lighting effect under my sofa.
Wow.
Yeah,
Must
I
have
stick
looked
it on. Then
I can imagine you must be doing a lot of party last time, Timothy.
exactly not law. Okay, after I install it already, right? I was like, wow, so proud, Occasionally I'll take it out, I play with it. Okay, cool mode. Oh, shocks indeed. Then until now, never touch it anymore. I have never used it before. So now they have changed. I think the technology. I think that's Philip. Is it Philip Hue? It's called
Yeah,
Philip
Philip
Hue.
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 Yeah.
It was like crazy, but of course I like to tinker with gadgets lah. So, like you, Victor, you're a gadget guy. I just that cannot chase lah. It's too many different ones. I got my I'm still using my GoPro 3,
It's good enough.
but hardly use it. I only use it 2 times at Sunway Lagoon, and that's it. What's the latest right now, Victor? Is GoPro a good video to take say video of houses?
It's definitely a good. GoPro has always been dominating market with their very small compact technology, but recently DJI came up with their own model, which is called the Osmo Action, and that actually has like a very interesting like stabilizing effect where they got rid of the fish eye view, because one thing about wide angles is that
Yes, GoPro is like fish eye,
yeah,
right?
and not everyone is a fan of wide until the point that everything becomes a circle. So and I that's why I never got a GoPro last time, because I didn't really like the fisheye look. So now they are changing. The action cameras actually have flattened out that fisheye look so that it looks a lot more natural, but you still get that wide field of view, and you also have less shake when you're running around and moving around. So it's like everything built inside the camera, which is quite cool.
Yeah, the technology is so different. I'm
Yeah.
using I'm using Osmo Pocket as well. Again, it's very underutilized.
Yeah, it's still a good camera. Osmo Pocket is very, very convenient. You can just literally chuck it in your pocket, take it out, take videos. It's just that it's a bit limited on its wide end.
I think that Osmo Pocket is very unfair because it's built for young people.
For interior, it's a bit difficult. May not be the correct.
No lah, the LED screen so tiny, uncle cannot see.
You don't really need to see it actually. It's just like look at the number and gives you an indication.
I want to see what I should, ma. Sometimes it's so small. You got to take
Oh,
out
yeah.
glasses and see. Aiyo, susah, man.
Yeah.
That's why I remote control it to my handphone. But
Yeah.
then sometimes it lags.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, so Calista, what cameras are you guys using for taking photo? You guys do take photo of houses, right? If people want to do setups and want to stage a house for photography, you guys do that, right?
Yeah.
Okay, then is it expensive to do something like that? To hire you guys to take photographs?
I mean, it's it's a competitive rate lah. We wouldn't say that we charge like like crazy amount, but it's just the setup lah. It's always
Mm.
a setup. We must see the place.
Mm.
The gears. Yeah, we're well equipped with our gears. We would know, what kind of lenses we need to shoot, and
Yeah.
then it's basically just staging. Like you
Mm.
said just now, staging the
Do
shot.
you require the owner to stage the house before we ask you to shoot, or would you come in and give us an advice on how to
I
stage
mean,
it?
ideally, the owner, because the owner knows what he wants, you know.
Mm.
But of course we can advise, like saying, because some people, like you say, that some people online, they just shoot whatever, with all their personal things in the photo. Yeah, so they may not think about it. So yes, we will advise, but like before that, we will probably like give a guideline, telling the owner, how, or give sample photos on how shot should be like. So give them an idea lah, so they can at least clean up and stuff. So when we arrive there, we also can do a bit of reshuffling, extra shuffling. Yeah.
I guess if I have a house like probably like the house behind Chia's background, that one, that kind of house, I will probably hire both of you come and shoot, because then it's worthwhile. If I have a 500 square feet apartment, I don't think I can afford you with. That one you just give me tips lah now to the audience here how to shoot. We just tell them to shoot themselves lah.
Yeah, but nowadays, like we are living in good times because, like we said just now, the cool thing is that wide angle lenses today have so much less distortion.
Yeah,
Like, I think, yeah, I have this here. This is a wide angle lens, and it's a 14 mil. So you can see that at the edges there is a little bit of like a bubble,
yeah,
but the cool thing about this new lens is that when you shoot with your maximum wideness of 14 millimeter, it really doesn't look like there's any distortion or any bending. Like
mm,
there's no fisheye look at all, and it's tack sharp.
mm.
So
Oh, okay.
it's really really sharp. So it gives you that look. Like the picture behind me is also taken with this, and when you point it at angles, the corners of the room, you really get a very very nice picture of the entire place.
Mm, nice.
Oh yeah, I think previously we didn't get the distortion-free look. We'll still get everything like a fish eye, which is really not that great for taking whites.
Okay. Okay. So basically, that one behind you is a photo that you have taken, Victor.
Yes, yeah, it is. Yeah, so you can see that it's a clean picture. It's there's no like grainy noise. Even though the place was
Even is at low light. It's quite low
yeah,
light, right?
that's when you use the tripod, dial some of the settings down, like keep your ISO really low, and then you get a cleaner picture, which is very beautiful. So I think I forgot to mention like one of the things about like people might be thinking like we were saying, talking about myths, like what's the difference with using my camera phone to take a picture of an interior compared to like a real camera, right?
Mm,
So, like a lot, like one of the clients I've had recently, he was saying, "Oh, my phone can shoot 8K, and it's like it shoots with so much resolution, and most DSLRs and mirrorless cameras can't. So why do I need to get a proper camera?" So I guess in marketing, like the phones, they make everyone think that more resolution equals a better picture, but it doesn't. That actually isn't always true. There are a lot of other factors like dynamic range. If you take a picture and you have very dark shadows and also very high lights, like a window, if your camera doesn't have a big enough sensor, you all those areas will be very dark or
yeah,
so bright that you can't see anything.
yeah, that's true.
Yeah, it's not just that lah, and also when you're taking a picture of an interior that is very poorly lit and you don't have a choice to bring lighting there, what phones do is that they get better every year because the chips inside the computing software gets better. So when you're talking
Mm,
about software, it does immediate editing for you. That's why the picture looks good.
mm,
So when the chips get faster, when you take a picture, they can do noise reduction and all kinds of brightening effect so quickly that when you take it and look at it, you think that you've taken it, but actually software wise, they've done all the editing for you. So that's why it looks a lot cleaner, but it doesn't actually mean that it is. So when you compare a picture taken with like proper lighting, the colors are a lot more vibrant and a lot more to wow about than if you see a software version.
Yeah, but I think most phones are designed to take nicer photo of our faces because of this. The selfie business is a huge multi-million dollar business. But if you
Yeah.
really want to take, inanimate objects, still not on par. I mean, like I'm using this is yeah, you guys can see what this is not the Apple one now, okay? So it basically automatically makes my face look spotless, like every time I'm like, really man, I look like that man.
The beauty filter.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
beauty.
I didn't install anything extra. Okay, automatic, ah.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah. So in the end, there's a lot of software going on behind all the new phones to make it look a lot nicer. And to be fair, it's actually true. Like even you can see some phones even have triple cameras now. I think Chia's phone is three lenses. Sorry. So there's a super wide angle lens, there's a medium, and then there's a tight one, all inside the camera. So
Yeah,
yeah, which is good. It's just that there'll be distortion and all that fisheye thing going on at the widest points lah.
and the zoom has got digital zoom and all that. I mean, they don't have the motorized zoom. It's all digital zoom, right, in headphones.
If you have three lenses in the back of the camera, then optically you have three different focal length. But
Ah,
if you go past that, then yes, it's a digital zoom. It's just
optical. Yeah, the word I want to find out is called optical zoom. Yeah, that's right.
yeah, optical. When there's more than one lens, then it is optical. So you
Mm.
have wide, then you have a tele, and so when you switch between, like you press the button and it pops in, then it's using the tighter lens.
Mm. Okay, so I just want to recap on what we covered today. Basically, we're talking about trying to produce good photos and good videos of a house that can sell. Can ensure the property can be sold properly. Now, Chia has brought us some ideas of how special lightings can help to enhance the house, the visual of the house, particularly different areas of the house will have different kind of lighting effects. I think earlier in the show, Chia mentioned that as you come into the living room, should have very different ambience from the dining area versus the kitchen area versus the bathroom. Am I right, Chia? Correct me if I'm wrong. Okay,
Yes, you're correct.
so
Yeah.
that is really important when you stage them, or when you sometimes staging doesn't have to be, you have to go and buy the multi-million dollar light come in. Just change the color of the bulb also can help, right?
Yeah, I think back to this, I think I also want to there's also want to debunk a lot of layman term that is that lighting equals brightness, which is
Ah,
actually
okay,
not.
okay.
Yeah, so lighting might not necessarily be just brightness, but it's also talk about ambience and also the correct color temperature and the mood. So this
Mm,
is something that a lot of people does not understand, or they have a wrong perception of lighting. So when it
yeah,
comes to the area house, your rooms, different room, we have different mode. Yeah, that's exactly what I do.
yeah. That explains why whenever I come to my dining here, I have soft is yellow light. That's why every time I open my laptop or do my homework, my work, right, I feel sleepy. Now I understand why. I blame it on the light. So I should change white light, right? White light, daylight. Then I won't be sleepy.
It'd be better if you have two different mode lah. You can set daylight and also cool light. So sometimes you want to watch movie, maybe you want to turn it down to cool white. Sorry, well, warm white. When you do work, you want to switch it on to cool white. Yeah.
If
Yeah, yeah,
I'm
yeah.
not mistaken, generally, like for warmer lights, they tend to be smaller light sources. And then when you want to use like very white lights, you need it to be very well lit. So you need a lot more light. So like you see, like when you get warm lights and then you put them in a corner, it gives you that cozy kind of feel. But like for white lights, if you have very little sources, they either have to be spotlights, but if they're not, then it gives you a bit of like a haunted house feeling.
in my office, right? In my office, I told you my serious meeting room that I mentioned to you. I have one meeting room. I call them the serious meeting room.
Okay.
Victor, you have been to my office. I have square. It's a square rectangular, very big one. A rectangular hanging light, right?
Yeah.
It's actually very thin. It's very very thin, like a piece of paper thin, right? Okay, but it's a LED, and it produces like serious white daylight. That's
Wow.
that's what I use to light my meeting room, my serious meeting room.
Wow.
I've got two pieces in my meeting room, and that really is like daytime.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's like my favorite daylight light lah.
Yeah, that's a very good way to actually light up. One of the better way to economical way to light up your office would be that light, and it's
Yeah,
small,
I
it's
my
nice,
favorite.
and it's
I mean,
very bright.
yeah, those days. Remember those days with the what incandescent light, right? You have that metal mesh thing one, right?
Yeah,
A
yeah,
lot
yeah,
of officers use that one. And then every time it
yeah,
breaks, you have to take down the mesh, and then you have to change the bulb, and then you fix it back. Those days they were using those, and it has a lot of reflective metal and stuff like that to make it brighter.
yeah, yeah.
So
So the
that
Yeah, the reflective also actually causes some mirror effect onto your surface, some reflective, so you get some glare kind of thing onto your surface as well. But using that light that you're using, I think it'll be more smooth. The
mm,
light actually got diffused more. The term that I learned from Victor is actually today. I think from Victor was really I have a lot of admiration for Victor from the way that he do lighting, and the way that lighting for photography and lighting for house is really really different technology and different terms and different things to look into all together. And I really respect Victor. I think he really, really, really professional when it comes to lighting for photography. I really have to learn from him as well. Really, I
Yes.
was really
Excellent.
blown out of my mind, about the things that he mentioned about lighting for photography. He showed me the photo that the photograph that you use the different light, and the light that he uses is totally different effect.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
very very visible.
I can show it to you guys now. The picture that Chia is talking
if you
about.
can, if you can, that'd be good. That you can visualize. We can't just visualize. Probably, yeah. Victor's photos, you've got to see. I've seen some of his work, and they're amazing. Okay. If I may just add a little bit, Victor is action photographer. Is it? Can I put it
Yeah.
that way? He takes
Export.
photograph of
Yeah.
action. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what he likes to do. So,
Yeah.
compared to me, I also take action, but I take action photograph of my food. That's a very different thing.
Eating a burger. Yeah.
No, no,
That's
no. I do my best to try to take photo of food that makes it look like you're about to bite into that food.
Ah,
That
yes.
perspective, not the
Dramatic.
whole food. I don't take the whole food. I take
Yeah.
the angle where you look at the food and you're about to bite it.
Yeah.
ah
So I can show you guys the picture Chia was talking about. I'll just share my screen. Okay. So let's have a look at this.
Okay, make sure you don't show photos we're not supposed to see. Yeah.
Can you see this picture? So this was taken with a flash, like a typical flash for on your camera, and then this
Okay.
we used like a proper lighting setup.
So you
This is
use lightings to create the effect.
yes. So can you see the quality of light difference between this and this one?
Mm. The first one this one is look very plain.
Yes, I'm not sure why it's going up like that, but generally, so you can see that all different kinds of light have different kind of output and the quality. So a flash is much weaker light, so you can see that it doesn't really give you nice skin tones and it's not so dramatic. You can't shape flash. So once you
Mm,
use like a proper lighting setup, you can do many things with it. You can
mm.
diffuse it, you can put a grid on it, you can control the shadows, and yeah, you're able to have a lot more choices.
Okay.
So those are some of the difference that same camera, same same place, just different lighting. That's all. That's how much difference lighting can change your pictures. Since we're talking about this whole topic, same thing
That,
goes to even the interior and sunlight. It can also show that kind of difference.
hmm.
Yeah, seriously.
That's true. Okay, so that's where I was talking about. You got to use. We are using photos and videos to entice buyers to pay attention to the property that you're advertising or you want to sell. And if you can get people to pay attention to it, then obviously you have a chance. Okay, if people scroll through your photo and it's like, never mind, lah, thank you very much. It's just like, yeah, that then you don't have that value over there. So before you really want to go into the photography, the staging part I mentioned is important. You have to okay, let me just go through what are the step by step for you, for those of you listening and you want to just understand better or how to prepare the house to take photographs. First of all, you got to remember you've got to create, you've got to do decluttering. You have to pick up all the stuffs, okay, space out, because the more space there is, the bigger the house looks. You want to create a spacious feeling by decluttering. Okay, that's really important. This, we're talking about homeworks to do before you get photographers like specialists, these guys, to come in to take photograph for you. Then you've got to highlight especially areas in your house which is very nice. There are certain selling points in your house that you want to let people know. So that's the area that you want to focus on. Your photography is also, you want to focus on the area. Your video also, you want to focus on this area. Like for example, you have a very beautiful garden, so you focus on the garden, prepare the garden very, very well. Okay, there's no point for you to go and take photograph of the toilet bowl unless your toilet bowl is made of golden material or it has some smart toilet. If not, I don't know. There's a lot of people who like to take photograph of the cloth hanger outside the house garden or the toilet bowl cover. I have no idea why people post photos like this, but it doesn't sell. Okay, so yeah, that. So and one more thing I like to point out is that if you're staging a house to take photograph or video, make sure the word to use is depersonalize your house. Okay, when you start to have your personal thing like your bolster with your saliva stain sitting on the sofa chair, which you are very proud of, please, people are not going to buy that. Okay, you want to take photograph of the house, like for example the house behind Chia's background, right, virtual background. If you look at that house, that's a house, it's general house. It doesn't belong to anybody. It has a piano that doesn't make it personalized. It just adds feature to it. Okay, but it's plain, it's neutral. It doesn't have any signature of somebody's house, and that's how it looks like a showroom house. I don't know. Some people might disagree. Some people may feel that, oh, I want to make my house feel a little bit more cozy. Feels like there are people staying in it. Then people would like to buy it. It's true and false, but I personally prefer to feel that you should depersonalize your house to prepare it. Turn on when you have lightings on and you still have natural light come in, Victor, does that make it over lights? Is that too much? Is that touching as a too much light in the house?
When you have natural light combined with the light that's inside, is that
Artificial light, yes.
you can never have too much light, to be honest. It's just conflicting color temperatures.
Mm.
Because the sun will never be a cool light unless it's like 7, almost like night, 7, 8 o'clock, where the light will turn blue. But yeah, so really color temperature is very important to get. And one more note, like on why you need to, in my opinion, get as close to white light as possible when it comes to taking pictures, is because for pure white light, you get more color options when you're editing your pictures.
Mm.
Because it's like the camera is like a prism. When you shine light through, then you get a rainbow. You get a lot of colors.
Mm.
So the cleaner your light is, the better your colors will be.
Mm.
If your light sources are muddy, then you also will not get a very beautiful spectrum of colors when you're editing your pictures. And they will look also muddy and stale, which will translate to that emotional feeling of just not feeling comfortable or nice, or you're not going to wow over those. So color plays a huge role, and it's directly related to the light that you use for your shoot. That's a
You to,
comparison.
to 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 be honest, you lost me there at muddy, but I get what you mean. I'm trying to get what you mean. I'm very sure my listeners out there will also be lost somewhere in there in the translation.
Yeah,
Okay,
it
let's
just
get.
means that if you shoot using like a candle light or like a small bathroom light, you will never have very nice colors, lah.
Of
That's
course,
the
yeah.
yeah.
Okay, so remember if you want to use your what do you call that, your visuals to sell properties, then you've got to really put in the effort to make sure that this happens, right? One more last thing I like to add a tip, right, for my listeners out there and for all of us here. If ever you want to do staging for your house, remember if you have a lot of reflective surfaces in your house, you got to shine it before you take photo, because it really shows. I mean, a water stain on your shiny water tap is going to show, right? A mirror is worse. So if you have a lot of reflective surfaces in your house, you've got to really shine it before you're going to stage it to take photo. That's what I can say. And this is some of the tips that I can talk about today regarding staging, and also preparing your house for photography and for videos. Uh, for lighting effects, like I said, you can work with Chia. Chia, where is your office located? Do you have a
Yeah.
showroom?
No, I do not have a showroom.
You're based on
You can give me a
consultancy.
call. Yeah, yeah. You
Okay.
can give me a call.
Okay.
I'll take a visit at your premise. I can give you advice on the spot as well. That's
Okay.
that's that's the best.
All right. For those of you listening, if let's say you want to, I will leave their contact down in the chat box later so that you can get in touch with Chia, Victor, and Calista. Now, okay, I think our time is almost up. I'm going to wrap up this our show today. I hope you guys out there who are listening, you guys have benefited from some of the tips that are shared by Chia, Victor, and Calista on lightings, taking good videos and photos for your house, and not only for house, basically taking personal objects and stuff like that as well. If you're interested, these guys are always available. So I'd like to part today's show with some last words. Chia, do you have any advice you want to give to the listeners out there before we part ways today? Anything you want to advise them?
Okay, one of the most important thing to advise is actually lighting have to come early. Don't look into lighting at the end of when you want to move in. You have to start planning your lighting from beginning, because there are things that you need to pull the wire, you need to prepare the space. So it's always good to prepare early and don't leave it last minute. Yeah, that's a key thing. Or else you come out to very little option. I can only put this light. There's nothing else I can do, because your electricity
Budget
already
not enough already.
not budget is the wiring is not there. I want to put a
Oh,
light there.
yeah,
You say
yeah, 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 yeah. Okay. I know, like,
you
see,
didn't
see,
have not
well,
have
layman, we only can think of that. Only you technical guy, you think of the technical stuff. Okay, understand. Okay, Victor, what about you?
I think my it's weird because like my last thoughts is back to Chia in the sense that it even on the side of taking videos or pictures, whatever, my number one priority will still be lighting as well.
Mm,
I would
yeah.
not. I would say that if you have two choices, one is to take a picture now with not so great lighting and it's convenient, but it's convenient, or option two, take it another day where it's inconvenient but you can get better lighting. Go with option two, because once you take a picture and you're sharing it, you it's worth making effort to make a beautiful picture because it's going to do work for you.
Mm,
So it's really not a matter of convenience, it's a matter of getting it right so that the
yes.
picture is going to do a lot more, give you a lot more value when you start sharing it. So even though it may be out of your convenience, it may be a bit difficult, or maybe the sun is just not perfect, just try to get it as perfect as you can, the lighting in its place, and you won't regret it. It's worth the effort.
Mm, that's true. Okay. Calista, what about you? Do you have any advice for the listeners? Calista is stuck already. She's
So
jammed there, frozen. Okay, she's frozen. I'm going to just take. I have one question from our listener, Eric's, my good friend. Let's flash out the question here. Eric's asked, "What does it take to bring a big wow to a showroom with a limited budget. Eric, when you say showroom, I guess you are referring to a property real estate showroom or probably a retail shop showroom with a limited budget. Chia, would you like to attempt this question?
Okay, that's a very good question, and that applies to a lot of people. Limited
Wait,
budget is the word.
Calista is saying it.
Why am I saying it?
She's flying.
Right. Okay, you're trying to get attention, right, Calista? I know.
She's creative. Very creative.
Okay, I'm back.
Okay, that magic. Okay, sorry, Chia. I see Calista kacau you. Okay, go ahead, Calista. Chia.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Limited budget is always a lot of customers have been faced with. So the keyword is actually focus on where you want your subject to be. You know, I'm talking about Victor's term, your subject, where you want your highlight to be. You focus on that area. That would be a key point where you focus there. Then the rest you just use a normal more normal lighting or other lighting. So which means take a focus where you want your key attention to be at. Let's say there's one dining table. Then put a very nice chandelier and you put a lot of budget onto that nice chandelier. Then it'll be good. And the second answer is actually to do a wow factor. Also, sometimes it does not really need a very good high budget. It actually just need the right lighting.
True. Actually, yeah. I always notice that certain if you go into a house, right, your attention will always focus on one certain part of the house, simply because the lighting or something highlights that particular thing, and you pay attention to it.
Exactly. That will be the wow enough. Really, the rest they will just forget. They will just remember, wow, this showroom of a very nice chandelier. I will really want that for my house. You know, that's all they remember. Any other thing, the toilet not even lighted, they also don't know.
True. Yep, Eric, I hope that answers your question. Just repeat what Chia says. Basically, focus on what is the star in your showroom. If that star is that particular section of your showroom, right? You spend a little bit more on there, and the rest, just normal spending. So basically, that's what you can do. And of course, to work on the lightings, create some special effect with lightings. All right. I hope that answers your question. So again, like I said, it's time for us to say farewell again today. Our show is ending because our time is up already. So if you have any more further questions, thanks, Eric. No problem. Okay, if you have any more further questions that you have thought about after the show, you can still drop your message down here, and we will still try to answer as much as we can even after the show. Like I promise you, I will add their contact details inside there, and this show will also be archived into My Property Place YouTube channel. So anytime and anywhere you want to just refer back to what we have discussed, you can just go to our YouTube channel on that. All right. So thank you very much again for dialing in, and we hope to see you again next week. Oh, hang on. Before I go, I just want to tell you what is next week's show going to be. Even for you guys, Calista, if you guys are interested to listen in, next week I'll be talking to 5 young kids. This is something that I haven't done before. I'm talking to 5 young kids. They are aged between 15 to about 18. Okay, so you can see my topic says that young minds on property investment. So my idea is to talk to these young children, interview them, and ask them what are their thoughts about property investment. Very likely they're going to not know much about it, because that's what their parents told me. You're going to interview my son on property, they know nuts about property investment. You ask them about League of Legends, probably they can tell you more lah. So I said that, exactly, it's what they don't know that I want to find out about. Because recently, why I was inspired to do a topic about this is because recently I spoke to a young person, and he was telling me that my parents bought me a property without asking me, and now he leave it for me to pay for the property. I'm burdened with the property. I never really asked for the property, but now I have this responsibility to pay for it. I wanted to just have a very relaxed life, to chill, and I will buy when the time is right. So there is no right or wrong answer. The parents will probably say that, say, "Zai Pao, buy for you." Somehow you say something like that. But then again, yeah, it's a discussion, open topic discussion that we can talk about, which is what I inspired me to have a show like this to talk about it. So don't forget, next week, 9 p.m., 24th September on Thursday, I will be talking to these 5 young and bright gentlemen and ladies about this topic on young minds on property investment. Do tune in next week, right? Okay, thank you very much again for joining us tonight. I'm going to have to say goodbye now. This is Timothy, Chia, Calista, and Victor checking out and saying goodbye and good night,
All right.
guys.
Bye, guys.
All right.
Thanks, Timothy. See you soon.
Well, thank you very much.